Listen to the big man carefully.
A daily brief up, 6th June. These are my point of views, and before I do a brief of what new measures have come from the President, let me explain you. We just cremated 2 bodies yesterday, 2 today, 2 tomorrow within the community, one burial, and sadly we are still expecting a few more to come, because ICU beds in Uganda, in Kampala, are packed. You can't get them. That is the situation. And some of the private hospitals are running out of oxygen. This is the situation. So please, bear to the SOPs. This is not only for the community, this is for totality of Ugandans as well. We are suffering. We have to be disciplined. And it doesn't matter, Corona doesn't matter which community you're coming from. It takes everybody on. I have a case where I just cremated the father. The son is in a very critical stage. Can you imagine this? And the son could not come for the cremation as well. So please, get the SOPs right. Let's get vaccinated, please. Now, in the same thing, the President obviously came up with the new measures and new SOPs. And as of right now, schools are to be shut down from tomorrow 8 p.m. for 42 days. All educational institutions. All worship places are shut down for 42 days, especially the malls and all those. Malls have been given a week. If they do not follow the SOPs, they will be shut down too. So Muse will come back. Till the next time I come back with some more, please take care. We are in a problem in Uganda right now as far as COVID is concerned. So let us discipline ourselves. Till then, keep wearing your mask, keep sanitizing, and get vaccinated. Let's get everybody vaccinated as much as possible. Thank you very much and take care.
It's Wednesday, public holiday, National Heroes Day. Been home for all this time. Okay, not home. I've been in the office, home, back office. Cases are rising. As you heard about the big man, our Muzay, the President, implemented this strategy for 42 days. It's going to be a lockdown. It's a partial lockdown. Like, people cannot travel interstates, and schools are shut. I was planning to go to my first school when I joined, Nakawa Primary School, from 1994 till 97 or 98 when I was in P4. Yeah. So I thought of making a video from that school, show where I started. I got an email sometime back. I had shared with you guys also regarding about that interview, and then they gave me an SHC aptitude test, numerical test. She contacted me and she says, let's have a interview discussion about data science, but most of the questions weren't asked. Just received a call from my managing director. I need to be in the office. Something's come up. Yeah, it's still a public holiday for me. We asked our house help to stop for at least 45 days. However, we have paid her 2 months salary. So she's home and we have requested her, please do not move out, don't interact, don't socialize. Let's see if she abides that. Things are not easy here. You know, one of the biggest hospitals, just hold on, let me put on seatbelt. So, one of the biggest hospitals in Kampala. Am I visible? Yeah, so one of the biggest hospitals, Mulago hospitals. It's one of the biggest national government hospital. The way I'm hearing, the beds are full. The hospital has got massive patients of COVID. So, or even oxygen. We don't have enough sufficient oxygen here. You heard about the big man, what he was talking about. So we have asked house help, please be home, take rest. So within ourselves, among ourselves, we have segregated our work. I'll be brooming, mopping. Wife is going to be washing the utensils. I wash my clothes. Mom washes her clothes. Wife washes her clothes. So that's how we are trying. Since it's a lockdown, manufacturing companies are working with 30% of staff and no interstate movements. So we are stuck in Kampala. I was thought of making a video where I started my school from. That's Nakawa Primary School. However, the schools have been shut. Today is a day when everything has been implemented. Muzai president initiated that 2 days back, that all schools should be shut. Let's see, after 42 days, if I get a chance, I'll definitely go to Nakawa Primary School. That's where I started, P4, 1994 till 1998. No, 1997. 1996. Then I moved to Lohana Academy. Still a long way. So I was getting bored. I thought, let's go and visit my first house. Mask is a compulsory. My MD was there. I looked so shabby. Shit. I didn't know this guy's going to be here. He just gave me a call. He didn't tell me the reason, but it was basically some of the machine tools that they were in my office. I'm sorry I couldn't show what it looks like inside a manufacturing company. It's not under me. If my MD is watching and he sees it, back home, my dear brother, thanks for coming to Kampala. So basically, the place where I'm headed to, it's one of the first houses, not one of the first, but it was the first houses that we were allotted when my daddy came. So there were like 8 Indians residing in that place. I'm not sure how it looks like now. The overbridge you see right now, it has been there since beginning of 94. The place I'm going to turn my camera, the place where it starts from, it used to be densely trees. I mean, there was no deforestation by then. And the place used to be cool always. But now look at the place. Cars everywhere, cars. All this place you see on the left hand side. I mean, we didn't have billboards, we didn't have traffic lights then. Single lane roads. My goodness, there has been a lot of change. It's almost taken me a few years to come these ends. Oh, this has become a truck yard. You see this location? This was completely covered with forest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wonder if my house is there. This is where I learnt my driving skills when I was a kid. Daddy used to give me his car. But then there were not that much of police and this place was scattered. Okay. This is a complete truck yard. Two trucks are about to collide. Do you see that? Oh, it's risky for me. Should I take a U-turn? There's another way. Let's use the shortcut. I can't mess up with these truck people. You know, because of their height, the driver is unable to see what's happening at the bottom. So if he knocks you, it's not his fault. That's what I hear. And that's what the rule says. It's us who are the bottom. We have to be extra cautious. The place has become a truck yard. Shit, man, I miss those days, huh? Wow. We have advanced. Okay, so there's another way from Britannia. There's a company called Britannia. I don't even know if it exists or not. Okay, we are supposed to go right. Looks like there's no right. So how do I take a U-turn? You know, the most complicated part, we don't have signposts whether U-turn is allowed. So what I'm going to do, this is what I normally do. I'll take a left and try to take a U-turn from here. I'm not sure. Because there was a time I took a U-turn from somewhere, signpost was not there, and there was a traffic cop. Voila! He grabbed my cabina. So how do I take a U-turn from here? Let me take a U-turn. I follow protocols, I follow rules, and that's how I've survived here for almost like a decade. You see this road that I'm passing through, there was a time I got stuck. There's a Shell petrol pump here, and our president's biggest competitor, let me not mention his name, he was passing his here. He was passing here. I never knew that I would be making YouTube, but I got stuck. And there are some good guys in Shell petrol station. I hid there. They allow me to hide there. I don't know. There are times when things become complicated. Okay, so this is the industrial area, and the roads are still the same. Wow, companies have erected. That's a good sign, positive sign. So this industrial area, it's called Nakawa industrial area. And where is Britannia? Oh yeah, Britannia is here. Here. I remember I was a kid. I used to walk along the streets. By then, people used to fear. I remember, and I was just like a mad person, Muladu person. Walk anywhere. So this is Britannia. Do you see Britannia? Yes, this is Britannia. Still exists. The oldest company. I don't know if it's operational. Yeah, it's operational. Oh yeah, I see their products. Britannia Allied Industries Limited. This is Britannia. The roads have never been easy. Police. So let me just hide my camera. I don't know. Okay, the houses you see behind there, not behind, right in front of you. This is where I started. Wow. Nothing has been changed. Morning. Oh. These are the houses where we stayed. This is where we used to play football. And there's second flat from the right hand side. Become emotional, nostalgic. Scotty tells me now this place has been sold to mansions. These are the transporters. I could see Indian families inside, but you know, it's not good to record someone else's property. So whatever I could record, that is how the things were. I'm going to mention how the things were. So this is the place which has been developed, but the roads have still been like that. I don't know if the companies here don't pay taxes. So there used to be a shop called Sandra Mama's shop. This was the place where every evening one of my daddy's friend used to come, sit, open up beer bottles, chicken. Yeah, that's the one where you see mobile money. It's closed. It used to be Sarah's shop. So these are the mansion company. I mean, look at the way the trucks are parked here. So the purpose of today's vlog was to show where I started. There was nothing else to do in the house. I was tired of programming. And it was an overdue place, time, location. So this road, we used to walk, run. In fact, there were no traffic like the way it is. And you see this upcoming flats here on the left hand side. There was a female friend of ours. Me and my other friends, we used to try to impress her that we know how to run. How stupid of us. So on your left hand side, what you see, this place used to be densely populated with trees, and just trees, nothing else. You see on the left hand side, now we see cars. Alright, let's just get back home and see if the emails that have come for more interviews. I'm basically giving interviews just to practice myself, nothing serious, because I'm still under work permit by the current company. Okay, the place where I'm entering right now, it's the army location. My chacha, my uncle, tells me never ever to shoot videos when you're in these areas. It's prohibited. So let me just share. I thought of bringing my mom and show her the old house, but I know she's too emotional. She would cry. Something crazy happened in 2006. We was smitten by this almighty, and I lost my dad by then. So that's why my mom, she hardly comes to Kampala. She comes, stays for a year or less. In fact, all this time she has stayed here for 6 months, not more than that. But because of this COVID issues, the flights have been banned. She's now forced here to stay for 1 year. I know she would have cried if she had seen her past. So, okay, we have crossed the army area, so I can show more. When driving in Kampala, you have to keep your eyes, nose, ears, what else, open, because you have borders everywhere. They just sneak in, out, and the moment you touch them, the entire community surrounds you, and if you're weak enough, you'll collapse. So I was still sharing my update about my interview. This lady from Singapore, Madame Nicole, she contacted me, and I was grilled down for I think 45 minutes. Things being asked about Spark. What are Spark, data frames, different APIs, SQL. So questions were more asked on Spark. However, I did not have experience, hands-on experience with Spark. I thought the interview was going to be on Python, which I know. I thought it was going to be more on statistics, which I know. I thought machine learning, which I know, however, I'm still learning PySpark. So things didn't go well. She asked me a reason since I have had no experience in my PySpark. Big data, in fact, that's called big data for most of you if you don't know what's PySpark. So if I don't have hands-on experience, why should they consider my profile? So I gave them a reason. During the initial talks, for some inexplicable reasons, I lost my senses. I don't know what to speak. She had introduced herself as Nicole, but I don't think she was the one exact. I believe she had asked one of her colleagues to run an errand on behalf of her, because the questions she was asking, it was all out of context. But I'll make a different video for all those technical people. What are the interview questions that were asked, especially for big data. So I was a poor deluded creature. I couldn't answer most of the things. The architecture, she emphasized more on architecture of Spark, which I did. For some reasons, I could not answer her, like broadcast variables, accumulators. I knew the basics, but behind working, I didn't have any answer about that. However, things didn't go well as the way I thought. Anyway, this has encouraged me, motivated me to learn more about Spark, especially Amazon, AWS, how the data is stored there. I gave her the working of my style if I were to implement in my current organization, because data is increasing. It's almost like 6 GB now. It takes time, a lot of time in my Python thing, Jupyter. So I gave her the idea of how I'm going to be working if I were to implement using data breaks out by their different clusters. But it didn't convince her. She wanted someone who was more hands-on experience with PySpark. But still, it's good. The more interviews I give, the better I'll be. I know. I thought I was an expert. Even experts can be fallible. About this COVID thing, what I feel, the more you take stress, the more it deranges your immune system. Since you get to know your surrounding people have COVID positive. So that's why most of us, in fact not most of us, at least us, we have now divided our work, and everything is being done by wife, mother, me, and the little kid. He just spoils everything. Let me end up my talk. You guys can watch the video. I didn't want this video to be long enough. COVID, it's serious.
Hello, welcome to the party.
Peter is back.